Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, we helped out Cullen a little bit, encouraged him to not start taking lyrium again. It really isn't necessary. He doesn't need lyrium to be a competent commander for the Inquisition, and he has been doing a stellar job so far without it. And we also took care of a couple of Qunari assassins who wanted to take out the Iron Bull. Now then, I do believe that we only have Cassandra left to speak to. We do also have something going on in there, however, I'm pretty sure that we have spoken to everyone else. So, Cassandra, what are you thinking?
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could make them agree? I've heard enough for one day, Mother Giselle.
Talk to her, your worship.
I love how Giselle says that. Talk to her, your worship. Like Aenor has any interest in who the next divine is. Like Aenor is there like, oh yeah, Cassandra for divine, Cassandra for divine. What? Is she bothering you? Having fun? What's this about? Yeah, are you okay? She's been nagging Dorian. Is she nagging you too?
Is there a problem? It seems like she's bothering you.
Mother Giselle is kind, and she means well. So, yes, she was. I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus, everyone close to you. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
So refuse. Who cares about the Chantry? You're perfect. Is that, yeah, is this even a possibility? I don't think Aenor would know much about how divine selection works. I think she'd probably just think, oh, you have to be a Chantry priest and you have to have so many years of service and, you know, you've probably got to be at a certain rank. And yes, Cassandra and Liliana had positions within the Chantry, but they weren't priests. So I do think Aenor would be like, is that even allowed?
How can you and Leliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Leliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
Why am I not a candidate? We are not asking that. We are not Andrastian, and we are an elf. Fuck that noise. I will say very early into the development of Inquisition, there was actually gonna be an option for the Inquisitor to become divine. However, they realized if you were playing, let's say, a male Qunari mage, that would be breaking so many parts of the world's lore. Bearing in mind that, you know, every divine has been human. All divines, well, I say, the white divine is always female, so they would have to lock this option away behind a very specific, play style. And I guess they must have thought, one, it's a little bit unfair on anyone who doesn't play a human woman. And also, like, if we opened it up to everyone, then it would just go against so many rules that we have established within this canon, so it was scrapped. Aenor wouldn't ask that. She wouldn't even think of it. I mean, if you don't want to be the next divine, then you can always refuse. Would Cassandra be perfect? Would she? On a personal level, I think Cassandra is the worst divine. everyone always points at one specific character, and personally, I think it's because she's hated. You know, she is a hated character, and because there are actually 3. There are 3 options for Divine, not 2. And this is a character that so many people hate, and I do think that hatred bleeds into like, oh, she's a bitch, therefore she's bad, and her being divine is bad. But when you actually look at what she does, she is incredibly progressive, all the while keeping the more traditional people calm. Which is great. Like I said, I think she's one of the best divines compared to Cassandra, who is very much like, oh, how everything was before was perfect. It was great. There were no problems. And it's like, well, how did we end up here then? If you want us to go back to doing what we did before, because that was so great, how have we ended up in this shit show? And as such, by putting Cassandra on the Sunburst throne, you're kind of guaranteeing that another mage rebellion will happen, and the Templars will probably rebel again, and all of this, that, and the other, because nothing ultimately has changed. Now, obviously, I am speaking, for myself there. Aenor doesn't know if Cassandra would be perfect, because Aenor isn't Andrastian. She doesn't know what is required of the divine. So, Aenor has no... How do I put this? She has no opinion on how perfect either Liliana or Cassandra would be for the role. She has no opinions on it whatsoever, because this is not her religion. Like, she has no right to be dictating, okay, well, first I've set the course for Orlais, a country of which I am not a citizen, and I have no intention of living there, and now I'm going to set the course of a religion that I'm not particularly fond of and have no interest in joining. Like, Aenor doesn't really want anything to do with this. I think this would be her advice. If you don't want to be divine, then just say no.
If you don't want it, then tell them so.
Surely it was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began. The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead, it cannot veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
Mm. Yeah, you really feel that way?
I'm surprised to hear you of all people say that.
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition against the Chantry's wishes? In all my years as a Seeker, I did what I was told. My faith demanded it. But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
Mm. The Chantry has failed. These are extreme times, so do better. Here's the thing. Like I said, Cassandra... How do I put this? Cassandra wants to go back to the basics. She wants to return to the tenets, the core tenets that the Chantry was founded upon. But then she doesn't actually change anything. And as such, everything stays the same. The mages, they have to go back to the circles. The Templars have to go back to the Order. Oh, you don't want to do that? Okay, we're gonna have problems because I'm the divine and you should do what I say. Like, your vision of what the mages should be doesn't match up with my vision, my very traditional vision of what the mages should be. And it, like I said, Cassandra is guaranteeing the mage rebellion will occur all over again. Cassandra guarantees another bloody battle. And here's the thing, I love Cassandra. I don't want anyone saying, oh, well, you've never liked her. No, I love her. She's one of my favourite characters, but she is a shit divine. Just because I love her, that's not, like, I'm not going to kiss her ass. I'm not, oh, Cassandra, you can do no wrong. Like, no. No, I love her, and she does a shit job as Divine. Like, she should not be doing that. She should be nowhere near the Sunburst throne. Liliana, she kind of has the opposite problem. Liliana wants everything new. She wants everything to be different and changed. But she brings about that change. But there is no lead up to it. So Liliana is incredibly progressive, but you're also guaranteeing immediate chaos. With, how do I put this? With Cassandra, everyone's like, okay, we're returning to normal. Isn't this nice? But the same problems are going to arise. With Liliana, it's like we're making a better future, but there are going to be major teething pains in the immediate. And then we have the third Divine, who is quite a nice middle ground, actually. She is suitably traditional, but also incredibly progressive. And I don't know why so many people look at her ending slides and are like, oh my god, she's going to cause the next war. She's subjugating the mages. Oh my god. When literally the slide says mages are enjoying more freedom than they ever have in Thedas. And I'm just like, what is this? Why? Okay, onto this. What's going on? I think this is... Aenor's kind of repeating the things she said to Liliana, to be honest. Like, you're talking about the Chantry like it was this amazing thing, but the Chantry preached hatred. The Chantry ultimately led us to where we are now. It failed.
The Chantry has failed, Cassandra.
I wonder if the legions of faithful throughout Thedas would agree with you. Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
She talks about change, but she doesn't actually enact change. She just goes back to basics. And if you don't change any of the current systems, then going back to basics just means you're going to follow the same path. Yeah, what about Liliana?
You're not the only candidate. What about Liliana?
Liliana says she wishes to follow Justinia's legacy, but she and I remember a different person. Justinia knew her fellow clerics and the people would only accept so much change. Liliana would cast it all aside and start over, I think, and that would be chaos for us all.
What would you change about the Chantry?
The Circle of Magi has its place, but it needs reform. Let the mages govern themselves with our help. Let the Templars stand not as the jailers of mages, but as protectors of the innocent. We must be vigilant, but we must also be compassionate to all peoples of Thedas, human or no. That is what I would change.
She's speaking very pretty words, but her actions contradict that. That's the issue I'm having here. She is sweeping all of the bad shit the Chantry has done under the rug because she is loyal. And I can't fault that loyalty, but it is blinding her. It is blinding her to the very real pain the Chantry has caused. And just ignoring it doesn't make that pain go away. Saying, oh, well, that's in the past. We're starting over now. What? You're not even going to apologize for all of the atrocities the Chantry has committed? You're just going to say, oh, well, you should get over it. No. People don't get over centuries worth of hatred. And the thing she says about, oh, let the mages govern themselves within a circle. Within a circle that the Chantry is watching over. And the Templars are still there. So you haven't actually changed anything then. The mages have slightly more power, but the Chantry is still in control of them. Basically, at the end of the day. I can help you become... I like your determination. No. I guess she's not talking about the religion. She's simply talking about the institution.
Perhaps the Chantry needs more than just change.
You mean get rid of it entirely? I disagree. Without the Chantry, the faithful would be lost. The Chantry must simply be more responsible in how it leads. I suppose I should not be so concerned. The clerics speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority.
Don't you just love that? Oh, without the Chantry, the faithful would be lost. How do you think the Dalish felt, love? How do you think the Dalish felt when the Chantry destroyed the remnants of their religion? Were they lost? No, they tried to rebuild. Just because all of the churches in the Dales, because presumably they built churches, just because all of that was gone and the actual organization was thoroughly destroyed, that didn't mean the religion died. It's still there. It's smaller. It's weaker than it was before, but it is still there. They are still practicing that. And Cassandra has a tendency of sweeping that under the rug. Cassandra has a tendency of not seeing all of the atrocities that the Chantry has committed. And Aenor isn't going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, sure, of course. Like, she's going to state her mind. And it's unfortunate that we got disapproval with Cassandra, but Aenor's not going to kiss her ass just because, like, oh, you want me to agree with your opinion? Okay, like, no, that's not what friendship is. Friendship isn't being a yes man.
I trust all is well.
Yeah, do you actually want to be divine, though?
So, you're a candidate for divine now?
So I am informed.
Is that something you actually want?
Why should what I want matter?
Isn't happiness important? You're not ambitious. Maybe you're right. I think this is very telling. I think that'd make Aenor wince because Cassandra never considered what Aenor would want. When she ambushed her, in front of the crowd with the Inquisitor's sword, Cassandra never considered what Aenor would want in that. She was simply like, okay, you've got to be Inquisitor now. And here's Aenor being like, oh, well, that explains that. You don't even consider that about yourself. Why would you consider that about me? Oof.
Why shouldn't it matter? Don't you have the right to be happy?
It is very simple. The Chantry needs to survive. To do that, it must change. I have never believed in asking another to do what you are unwilling to do yourself. So I look upon this as an opportunity. I owe it to myself and all of Thedas to seek the Sunburst throne.
Again, she talks about change that she doesn't enact. We're not going to tell her to forget the Chantry. There is a very big difference between saying, I don't like the Chantry, maybe it should sink, and you should forget the Chantry. And again, Aenor has no opinion on who would make a good divine or not. It's not her religion.
There are other ways you can change things.
Perhaps. I may not have a choice in the matter if the Chantry clerics pick another.
Do you have any advice for me?
This matter with the Grey Wardens must be dealt with, quickly. That ancient order gets into far more trouble than they're worth. I should have listened to Leliana's suspicions sooner.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Okie doke. Actually, do you have...
I trust all is well.
Okay, yeah, good stuff.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Okay, now what is going on in here? Hello?
Oh, my maker, you cannot imagine how many letters I've received about the fracas at Halam Shiral. Fortunately, you tied twice as many threads as cut, although it is yet bewildering at the center.
Yeah, Halam Shiral caused a bit of a stir then.
There are problems coming out of Halam Shiral.
There are always problems from Halam Shiral. we've lost a few contracts, but more than made up for it. Although, if a few commendations were given, it might retie some severed threads. I couldn't suggest how. That is better decided at your war table, and I'm not going near that thing.
Okay.
How's it going? Do we have what we need?
With Skyhold shining like a beacon? You name it, it's here or on the way. I've wrung out the slackers, given them what for. I think I like this job.
Hey, that's good. Good for you, Sir Morris.
As you were.
We are here for you, Inquisitor.
You do you, buddy. Keep on it. Nice. I think he's sweet. I think he's rather adorable. Alrighty then, and with that, we have spoken to everyone.
Still waiting for your letter of marque or commendation or whatever?
Any day. I'm sure of it.
It'd be simpler to just admit you've never bought a round, you won't get the next, and likely you never will.
Yesterday, I ate a pleated leather shoe.
Aw, come on. Let's teach you normal life.
Sir, the last time I heard from you, you were a black man. We're not going to question that. We're not going to question that. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sorry, I just find it funny.
Would you guess such a pairing?
No, I prefer a highborn scandal. This is much less enthralling.
Careful. Ears.
Of course.
They're talking about Aenor and Solus, and how dare you? How dare you? Okay, let's go. Let's do this thing. Yes, sit in judgment.
First, this wasn't my idea. It is an issue born of titles and heir apparency and... Halam-Shiral is having difficulty freeing trade routes formerly controlled by Duchess Florianne. Had she been tried, her assets would be forfeit and considerable bureaucracy avoided. So they ask that we judge her.
If we had spared Florianne, then she would be here, but because we killed her, we get to judge her remains. Unusual, but still serious, but she's dead. I have to judge her remains? I think she'd be shocked. Quite frankly, I think she'd be like, what?
Are you serious? I did my part. She's dead.
That was the time allotted for rebuttal. Her crimes negated any claim to... Forgive me, there is an odor.
Oh, there's a precedent. Ha, community service. Fine, let's get it over with. My decision is to ignore this. What? I think Aenor is just sat there like, what the fuck? What the hell? What? Orlais, why? Orlais, why are you doing this to me? I want to get away from you. I want to get away from the game. I'm annoyed. You've sent me a dead woman in a box. Like, this is just... Quite frankly, I don't think she wants to give this any dignity. She doesn't have to play the game anymore. We're in Skyhold. We are not in Orlais. I think we're on the Orlesian border. We're somewhere in the Frostbacks. But, we're not in Orlais. We don't have to play the game. I'm rather drawn to this. She is not taking this seriously. If the Orlesians sent her Florianne's corpse being like, okay, you must take this seriously, this is all for all of these things, these trade routes, heir apparency, all of that, I think Aenor's just sat there thinking like, no, I don't need to play the game anymore. So you know what, I'ma have a bit of fun with this.
I call for rehabilitation. The skull shall do public theatre about the evils of evil. I also judge the box. End table for orphans.
That's quite enough, Inquisitor. Point taken.
Cassandra slightly disapproves. I don't care, though. I don't care. Judgement, Duchess in a box tour, 941. I like to think that the, you know, Josie had written, you know, the note about, like, okay, there's a precedent, there you go. And, you know, Aenor looks at it and just, like, no, I'm not taking this seriously. Fuck that. I'ma have some fun. Screw that noise. Just Josie looking like, what are you doing? You're going off script. You're going off script, Inquisitor. Alrighty then. Now, did we... I don't think we got... Okay, we didn't get anything new there. However, we do have our inventory to sort out. So, you know what? Whilst I'm here, let me grab my armor. Yeah, it was that. Come on, put it on. There you go. And let's grab our hat. Lovely jubbly. Cassandra. Ooh, 178. No, let's go with this. It's already decked out. And you can have... Yeah, this one is best. Sarah is all good. Actually, you know what? Yep, Sarah is all good there. And any better hats? 24. Ooh. You know what? I could kind of see Sarah in that. You know what? Yeah, let's put her in that. Dorian buddy. You're all good there, and that's a 24. Oh, okay, it's not particularly fabulous. You know, he can keep what he has. Blackwall buddy. You're at 169. Go on then, yeah, take that. And you're at 26, so probably grab that. Yep, that's fine. Cowl buddy. You're all good there, and he's got his assassin hat, that's all good. Vivienne. Would you like to take the... Ooh! Oh, that is beautiful. Hell yes. And... You know what? Take the mage hat. That's lovely. Solus. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, take that. And a hat. 27. Oh my god, that looks so daft. That looks so daft, but it's really good, so we're going to go for it. Varric should be fine. Okay, where is your hat, bud? Okay, you have a 26. Take the 27. And yet you're all good there. Iron Bull. Ooh, flipping heck. Yeah, that actually matches your hat. So you know what? Take that. And yeah, there's now better here for him. Okay. I'm thinking... Okay, you two.
Where's my hammer?
Let's grab some of these. Excuse me. Remove upgrade. Remove upgrade. I'm thinking I'm just gonna sort out the armor for right now. I'll figure out the weapons and all of that other gubbins at a later date. Blackwall buddy. Take that and that. There you go. Cowl. You'll find there. Vivienne. Excuse me. Why is... Oh, we gave it to Solus. Okay. Yeah, that explains it. Yeah, and everyone else is fine. Okay. Yeah, let me just clear out my inventory a little bit. But sell. Yeah, these can all go. Let me just double check. Come on. The Coqueen mask I'm kind of inclined to keep. Come on. And there's... Oh, there goes my timer. And the Old Legion masks. Yeah, these can all go. We'll keep that. Okay, we'll go from the top then. Ooh, these are ancient elven robes. She'd send that back to the clan, so we'll put it in storage. Okay, there we go. Yeah, because we do have a couple of things that I kind of want to get out of the way. You know, going and saving Sutherland, checking in with Josie and Val Royeau, all of that. Which I think we'll be doing in the next episode. Yeah, I am good to leave off right here. So, until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.